So in this eye, you can see quite a few things. See those yellow dots going there, the orange yellow dots here. Okay, that is sulfur and candida. Okay, and it's especially, it looks like it's on the lymph nodes. It's right on the lymph nodes. Oh, come on. So you see this eye here, you see those yellow dots right there, they're right on the lymph nodes. And I'm seeing sulfur, okay, from medication, and candida, sulfur and candida deposits right here. Okay, if you look closely, there's rings going around this eye, indicates weak nervous system. It's due to weak adrenals. And if you look closely again, look around the bowels, all here. See that yellow line going around the bowels? Indicates weak digestion, weak autonomic nervous system, due to weak adrenals again. The gut, this entire gut right here, this ascending colon, the transverse colon, the descending colon, is chronic. Okay, when you see it red like this color, it's not only chronic, but it also has candida and sulfur in it as well. And if you look closely, that dark line going around the pupil, that's a malabsorption ring. The person is malabsorbed. It's not absorbing nutrients as they should be. Okay, so this will make you eat a lot of food, or even the food you think you're eating, if you're not eating much, but not a whole lot is being absorbed in it. Okay, and this needs to be fixed. If we look very closely, this is a thin purple hue going around the iris. That's cholesterol. Okay, and also there's also purple hue in actual iris pupil itself, and that's also cholesterol. There's potential cataract eye issues arising. Okay, and you want to address this because the body will produce cholesterol in an attempt to fight acids of acidosis, especially when the body cannot get rid of the metabolic waste. So in this eye, it's very obvious it can't, because the whole eye here, there is a subacute lymph stagnation. This means the kidneys are not filling out waste, means the lymph system is backing up, okay, and it's going to cause potential issues. So this patient is going to be prone to anxiety, panic attacks, okay, anything, nervous system weaknesses, twitches. This is potential arising in the near future. And the very top right here, this is the brain section. Okay, you can see it's quite dark. So the brain has a lot of lymph stagnation, chronic lymph stagnation, and it needs to be cleaned out. When you see those fine lines leaching out of the pupil, that's called radi solaris. It indicates toxic tunnels of waste leaching out from the gut to other body parts and tissue and glands, and especially in the brain section right here. And this needs to be addressed. And you see the very top part here is covered by the eyelid a bit, but you can see it's dark. That's where the hair and scalp is located. Okay, the patient is going to have hair and scalp issues. And it looks really bad, really dark, so I would fix it. There's also a very weak skin ring around the iris. Okay, this indicates the person has a weaker thyroid to the weaker side, and it needs to be addressed. If you look closely right here, this dark line you see right here hits the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is a gland that controls all the other endocrine glands. Okay, so this person is going to be either too tall or too short. Okay, and that's reflected with a pituitary gland issue. And the pineal gland is also getting to the weak side. The pineal gland is going to affect your sleep eventually, okay, and also hormone regulation. So you want these fixed. I would use the adrenal tincture to fix the nervous system, but I also use the pineal and pituitary glandula, the brain glandula, to help spark things up. So right here is where the eye is located. The nose, the upper jaw, the mouth, tongue region. Okay, you can see it's congested with mucus or lymph. So you want to take steps to remove this sinus congestion. Stuff like do eye washes, ear candling, use a neti pot with peppermint oil to help break the mucus congestion in the nose. Anything you can do to help break the sinuses or relieve the sinuses. Because remember, the head holds very important parts, okay, and if acids are left there to affect them, the brain, the pituitary gland, the nose, the ears, the mouth, all these are next in line, as well as the hair and scalp. And that dark spot you see there right there, that's the thyroid. Okay, so thyroid is compromised as well, and you want that to be in good working order. I'll use the thyroid lift tincture to strengthen it. When the thyroid is weak, you're going to end up getting the skin ring. Okay, and of course, and other issues like your metabolic rate might be affected eventually. You can have plus or minus. You could be hyper or hypo. And you want to avoid that. You want to strengthen the thyroid. The throat section right here also has quite a bit of congestion. Okay, here's the voice box, esophagus, and the scapula region, all congested as well with lymph. You want to relieve that congestion. Use the respiratory tea and the respiratory 1 tincture. This dark line here hits the upper back and the middle back region. Okay, it's moving to the chronic side, and the spine runs right here. Okay, you can see it's affected quite clearly. There's a nerve ring going across the spine, so this needs to be fixed quickly. Right here, this spot right here is the uterus. Okay, you can see it's moved to the darker side. I would use the female reproductive formula. and the vagina is right here as well. Okay, also some bit of congestion. This dark line you see right here, this is the kidneys right here, and this is the adrenals. And this is very important when it comes to the eye and the reading of the eye, because when you have weak adrenals, you're going to have the nerve rings going round and round. You're going to have the lymph nodes being compromised. You see the lymph nodes, those yellow dots going around, as I mentioned before. And the adrenals, they control the kidneys as well. When the kidneys don't filter out waste, you're going to have the lymphatic stagnation over, as you can see right here. Okay, but if you fix the kidneys and all the waste can leave the body, this eye will actually become a much lighter eye. Right now, it's moved to the darker side, but it's a much clearer eye. It's a blue eye actually, but with the congestion you see in here, it is moving towards a brown eye. And right here is the right foot, knee, and thigh region. You can see it's also compromised as well. Okay, this needs to be addressed. Use a circulation down tincture. And this dark spot right here hits the ovaries. Okay, and this dark spot right there hits the pancreas. So the pancreas is affected with digestion. It's what produces insulin and helps with the digestive process. Right here, the ovaries are weak. I would use and there's a lymph node right on it. Okay, and you see there's congestion in it. So I would use the female reproductive formula. That dark spot right there is the liver. The liver is a chemical factory of the body. It's what transmits chemicals in the body. And right here is the gallbladder, and it's moving to the chronic side. Okay, this affects your fat digestion. You want this fixed. The upper lungs are congested. Okay, see right here, it hits the lungs. Okay, it's quite a bit of congestion here. So I would use a respiratory tea and a respiratory 1 tincture to help remove the congestion here. Right here is where the ear is located, in the mastoid and the medulla. So the mastoid medulla controls dizziness, equilibrium balancing issues. If you let it progress, you're going to have those issues arising eventually. Okay, so this eye needs quite a bit of work. Okay, I mean, if it were me, I'll be on a predominantly raw vegan diet, a high food diet. I would definitely avoid any proteins and starches. Okay, because the level of lymph stagnation is quite extensive, and to me, the most concerning things are the lymph nodes being stagnant. Okay, the yellow dots around here, those are lymph nodes with potential candida, fungus. Okay, and it's not good to be there. You need to use the antimicrobial tincture, lots of it, to help clean things up. The bowels are very, very chronic. The brain section has a lot of congestion. The hair and scalp is bad, also congested. Use the circulation tinctures to help boost blood flow to that region. And if you do things right, this eye will clear up nicely. It is moved towards a blue eye. Right now, it looks like a hazel eye because of the congestion.